Hi there, this is video 12 and it covers pages 18 through to 20 in your notes. Now, when working with data in Excel, again, the larger the data set, the more useful features such as conditional formatting becomes. Colour speaks volumes. People tend to not see the trees for the forest, not see the detail because of the amount of data in a spreadsheet. So we use colour to alert people about upper or lower outliners or anything that's not quite right. And so I want to show you how you could apply conditional formatting, for example, to this particular data. Let's start by saying that I needed to highlight duplicates, and that is not only duplicates that are present now, but duplicates that may occur in the data at a later date. And so I want to press Control Home to get to the top of the spreadsheet, and I want to select a certain column, say column B. And really, every employee should have a unique position code. And if there is an employee that or two that have the same position code, I need to be alerted in red because it means that we've got a problem. So I'm selecting the entire column B. I'm going to the Home tab in the ribbon, and about halfway across is conditional formatting. Now, when you highlight cell rules, there's the option at the bottom here called duplicate value. So it will highlight any duplicates in that column. And when I do so, I can choose what color, and I'm just going to accept the red color and OK. Now, as I roll down, I can start looking, and there is a duplicate there, which is not good, and there's its matching duplicate as well. So we've got two employees with the same 2410 number, and we've got two employees with the same 2037 number. So we've got two position codes that have been used twice. You could also, just to bring the filtering back in that we were using in an earlier video, you could just go Control-Shift-L, and you could actually hit this drop down here, and you could actually filter by color and filter out all the red ones. And so those are the position codes that need to be addressed pretty quickly. And then Control-Shift-L to turn the filter off. Just to do another example, we might say, look, we shouldn't have anybody with the same name in here twice either. So I'm going to select column E, and anybody who has a duplicate name, I'm not going to make it go red and be alarmist because you do get people with the same names, but I do want to highlight it yellow and just grab people's attention that there are duplicates in here and are they valid. So I'll go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules and duplicate values, but to avoid being alarmist, I'll actually go yellow and OK. Now if I turn the filter on, Control-Shift-L, and then I say I want to filter by colour and choose yellow, I can see we've got 1, 2, 3 people that have actually been mentioned a number of times, and are they actually individuals or has there been a duplicate? And if I go Control-Shift-L, I'll turn the filter off. So use conditional formatting in the context of duplicates. But also we can use the conditional formatting just to differentiate entries that are in a column. And you can overlay up to 64 conditional formats. So I actually want to give this a go. We have got a column in here, column R. So I'm just going to scroll across, where we locate full-time and part-time and parental leave employees. So I'm going to select the whole of column R. I'm going to go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, but I'm not going to go for duplicates this time. Instead, I'm going to go for text that contains. Now, if any cell in column R contains the text full, it has defaulted to a light red fill with dark red text. That's alarmist. So I want to hit the drop down here and create a custom format. And I really just want to change the font color to say a blue, and a blue that I can easily see. So maybe that blue, and OK. And OK. And so what you can see now, all full-timers are appearing blue. But with that column still selected, I want to overlay a second conditional format. So conditional formatting highlights our rules, text that contain. And if it contains the word part, again, I don't want to be red, I'll go into custom format and just choose a font color. And I really just want to go for a green. And OK, and OK. So any part-timers will appear green. Now those on parental leave, keeping that column selected again, I'll go into conditional formatting, overlay a third conditional format, highlight cell rules, text that contains, and parental. I will hit the drop down and I will choose custom format, and I might go for a purple as far as a font color. And if I go to fill, you can even choose a background color. So I want something that's not too overpowering, so I might go for a light gray or tan, and okay, and okay. So these people are currently on parental leave, and these are full-timers and these are part-timers. So you can overlay it to 64 conditional formats and make each conditional format have a different appearance, and you can create your own custom ones. So that's quite a good use of conditional formatting as well, to differentiate values. But also, if data in a column is numerical, another really good conditional format are data bars. And so for this, I'd like to probably use the age column that we've got in column I. I'm going to click on column I, and I'm going to go to conditional formatting, and here's your data bars. Now, as you roll over them, you can sort of see that you're getting a little bar of the chosen color for each employee. And the length of that bar will increase as the age of that employee increases. I might just go for a blue data bar here. And I'm just going to right click column I and set the column width to say 20 characters. And that way I can clearly sort of differentiate between the older and the younger members of my staff. So data bars are really good for a graphical representation of the ages without the necessary need for an actual chart. Now, another type of conditional format that I'd like to look at is if you have to use a formula or some sort of unique option. I'm going to apply this to the quarters. Here we go, column P. I want to overlay 4 conditional formats, and I want to color code the quarters, the 4 quarters, differently. So I select this range, I go into conditional formatting, and I'm going to try new rule. If I go to new rule, there's all sorts of options in here. I'm going to format only cells that contain, and then I'm going to change cell value to specific text, ending with a 4. So if a cell value has text that ends with a 4, then I want to format it, apply a fill color, quite a dark one. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll use this color scale. So I'll choose OK. I might make the font white so it contrasts well. So I'll go to font, I'll choose white, and OK. And now I can clearly see that, and OK. So any employees hired in the 4th quarter will be formatted as such. Keeping that column chosen, I'll go back to conditional formatting, new rule, format only those cells that contain specific text ending with a 3. I'll go to format, I'll go to fill, and I'll choose the next color up on the color scale. And OK, that's clear enough, and OK. So those are my 3rd quarter employees. Let's go and add another one. Conditional formatting, new rule. Format cells that contain specific text, ending with a 2. Format, fill color, next one up on the scale. OK, OK, that's my 2s. Last and 4th conditional formatting, new rule. Format cells that contain specific text, ending with the number 1. Format and go for the lightest option, and OK, and OK. That is another example. That didn't actually work. Let's select column P, conditional formatting. This is good. Manage rules to interrogate what's gone wrong here. When I do that, I can see, begins with. I've slipped and I've chosen to apply. There's my 4, there's my 3, there's my 2. This one says begins with. Choose that rule, edit that rule, change the beginning with to ending with, and OK, and OK. And now we've got our 1st quarters showing there as well. So you can actually do some powerful stuff with conditional formatting. And I do believe that colour speaks volumes, and it does make it a lot more interesting and a lot more appealing to those that have to use the spreadsheet. So think about where you can employ conditional formatting into your spreadsheets. Now practice what you've learnt, absorb what we've covered, and I'll see you in the next video.